Good day, Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel. This is your quarterly reading for the summer of 2025. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope this reading resonates with you. I apologize for the sound in the background, the noise. That's my air conditioner. It's kind of muggy and hot in here right now, so I kind of need that on in order to breathe. I'm actually thinking about getting a lapel mic that kind of blocks that type of stuff out. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what your affirmation is for the summer. I am love, I am purpose, I was made with divine intention. I am love, I am purpose, I was made with divine intention. Hell yes. Universe speak. Spirits guide. What needs to be known? What lessons need to be learned? Ooh, the rebel, the Jack of Spades. Yeah, you need to be the rebel. You need to let out your rebel yell this summer. You need to go after the things that you want to go after. All missions are possible. Now, this card originally stands for political. So this could be political with you. And it's about fighting for what you believe in, right? Fighting for what you think is right. So if you're going to like any rallies or anything like that this summer, just be bold, stick to your guns, speak your mind, speak the truth that you have going on in you, and you will do fine. You will do perfectly fine, but you have to decide to be the rebel, okay? It's just not going to happen. You have to decide and actually be the rebel. At the beginning of the summer, you got a warning. Somebody's betraying you, and it's going to lead to a breakup. Now, at first, you're not going to see it. You're gonna be down or whatever and emotional about this breakup or whatever. But as time goes on, you are going to realize that this is a blessing. This is the universe literally taking this person out of your life for a purpose, a good purpose, a positive purpose. Whoever this is, they've been betraying you. So obviously, they're toxic to some extent, right? So, like I said, you won't see it at first because most likely, you care about this person or whatever. But, as time goes on, you will see that this is a blessing. In the middle of the summer, you need to celebrate your life. You need to celebrate the blessings that you already have. And not worry so much about the things that you don't have, right? This card usually comes up when you're overworking yourself to get things that you want when you have the things that you need. Roof over your head, food in your belly, whatever. We all have blessings. And I feel like you have the blessings that you definitely need. I definitely think you have what you need. But I think that in the middle of the summer, you start worrying about a little bit more about the things that you want. Keeping up with the Johnsons or Joneses or whatever, right? And you need to not. You need to rest on that. Don't worry about that. Things that we want are always there, or there's always new things that we want. But the things that we need is what matters. And by doing so, by focusing more on the things that you need and you already have them, focusing on that blessing and what you have, I think it's going to really clear up the summer for you when it's like cloudy, when you're not being the rebel, when you're not seeing that the missions are possible, whatever they are. With the missions are possible, you got a lot working against you. You got this, which is going to be most likely a little bit heartbreaking and stressful. You got this where you're stressing out on stuff that you need to not stress on and just be blessed, accept the blessings that you already have. And then we have at the end of the summer, you need to stop. You're doing too damn much for others. Either you're doing too much at work or you're doing too much at home, but either way, you're doing too much for others. And it's time for you to stop. It's time for you to cut that fat. It's time for you to start thinking about number one. All right? You should always come first. Always. Always. I actually just talked about this in the last reading I just made for Scorpio. You always come first. You are number one. If your priorities aren't fixed, if you're not happy with how you're living, if you're not happy where you're at in life, then you need to think about you. All right? You're not that good for other people, doing everything for everybody else if you're not good for yourself. Like, if you're not taking care of you 100%, you're not even going to be there. You're not even going to be there 20% for other people. It might seem like you are, because you're doing so much, But in the long run, you could be doing more for other people if you would cut them off for a minute and focus on you and focus on number one and get your priorities out of the way. You would be so much more useful to everybody else. All right. But you giving and giving and giving and giving and never giving back to yourself, that's not good, because you're spending too much time dealing with everybody else and trying to make everybody else happy, and you need to be trying to make yourself happy. And I think that whatever this mission, whatever it is that you're wanting to go after, I think that's part of making yourself happy. So you come number one. People don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that. They're like, no, my kids come number one, or my parents come number one because I got to take care of them. No, you got to come number one, or else you're not going to be there that much. You're not, like I said, if you're not 110% for you, then you're not 20% for anybody else, okay? If you think that you're doing this great job with everybody else that you do things for in life, you could be doing better by thinking about yourself more, all right? By using that word no. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at the writer cards and see what they got to say about all this. Strength. Yeah, be gentle on yourself. Be gentle on your beast. I think that your beast is part of you doing things for other people. I think that's part of your beast. I think you have an issue catering to other people, or maybe just a person. It might just be one person. But I feel like you cater to that person too much because you beat yourself up about that person. And you need to not. You need to be gentle with yourself, okay? We all have our beasts that we either came into contact with, got together with, created. We all have our beasts, but you can't. I'm feeling guilt. I'm feeling guilt. I feel like you're feeling guilty, and that's why you're doing so much for this other person or for persons. I even feel like your wants here. I don't think they're your wants. I think there's somebody else's wants that you're trying to please, and you need not do that. If you have all that you need and this person has all that they need, the needs, those are your blessings. That's all you need. You don't need this extra shit. You need to be gentle on yourself. I really, full-heartedly believe that you're not being gentle with yourself. She's taming the lion here, right? She's taming him with kindness, love, and generosity. And that's what you need to do to yourself and your demons, your monsters, whatever it is that you created, or created you, or whatever. I'm sure you're getting what I'm saying. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what the pull cards have to say. The Hangman. Yeah, whatever situation that you're in, I'm sure that it feels like you're hanging by your neck, like it's something that you have to absolutely do. That's just what I'm feeling here. I feel like that you think that you absolutely have to cater to these people or this person, and you don't. You don't have to whatsoever. All right. You got the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the Hermit, he stays in a cave, and he doesn't come out of his cave. He just sits in his cave, and he's dealing with a dark night of his soul. Usually, is what's happening here, and I feel like you've been dealing with a dark night of your soul, and you didn't even realize it. Like, I don't think you're realizing it, that's what's happening here. And I feel this confusion of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. You should do for you what makes you happy, what is going to make you feel joy in life. That's what you need to do, okay? And then, when you know that and you have that light, you need to come out of that cave and start showing up into the real world, yeah. You're smart. You're very smart. You're the High Priestess. You have the tarot in your hands. You know the answer. Okay? You definitely know the answer. And then the bottom of the other deck, maintain business. So yeah, I do feel like there's I think that you're not supposed to get squirrel syndrome when you're maintaining your business. You're not supposed to get distracted. I think you're getting distracted by these people or whatever that you're catering to. And you're not focused enough on your business. I don't think you're focused enough on you, period. Okay? And the Hangman, he's hanging by his ankle, not his neck. and his hands are pretty free. He can release himself pretty easily. Okay, so this is something that you can do. You can free yourself of whatever this is that I feel like is just kind of tearing you down. I mean, the cards aren't here, but I just feel this empty energy going on and this worn out energy, and I think it's because you're overdoing it for other people, and you're trying to make everybody's wants get finished and whatnot. And yeah, but also there's that betrayal at the beginning of the summer could have spiraled out into more of this, into more doing stuff for other people. But the breakup's a blessing, okay? And you need to be the rebel. You really need to be the rebel this summer and go after the things that you want to go after for you, for number one, okay? Stop being so hard on yourself. All right. So there you go. I hope this resonates. I hope it helps in some way. If it does, hit that like button. And if you would, please comment, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you back here in the fall. And until then, stay safe, stay mindful, and stay healthy.